Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Whoops, sorry. I lost my phone there for a minute. Oops. I was going to show you a little miss, but she's going to take off. Anyway, uh, kind of exciting night last night, and already been a little bit this morning, even. Two separate incidents that happened. Um, Basically, with the one that happened last night, happened around midnight. If you watched, what would that be now? I guess Monday's video, excuse me, about what happened on Sunday with one of my neighbors. Basically, the boyfriend came around last night, and he was beating on her, beating on her best friend who's been living with her since he moved out. I called the police. Um, Basically, I didn't see it. I saw some of the beating that was happening because it happened right out here in front of our apartments. Excuse me. But apparently he was doing it with a gun. And again, he was pointing it in, pointing it at them and so forth. I did not see the gun, but I know he had it because there was bullets. Somehow bullets got ejected or what have you from it, and there was one there, and there's like a little crack or whatever. You know how they have to do that when they're laying concrete, and it was in that crack right there in front of their door. Pretty good size, for a handgun. I'm going to say most likely 9 millimeter. um, it was a nice size. Yeah. This is a big guy. Okay, we're not talking about someone who's like my size. I'm 5'3". Not talking somebody who's shorty. He's like 6'2". Athletic build. So yeah, and they're I know the friend. She's maybe 5'5", something like that, and the girlfriend, she's probably around 5'7", maybe 5'8", something like that. So yeah, still yet, and the girlfriend. I don't want to say she's heavy set or anything. Somewhere maybe medium build or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, this guy, he's got some rage issues. That's for sure. I had no problems helping out. I would much rather help out in hopes that we can get this guy put away behind bars so he can be Bubba's best friend. Let's put it that way. Yeah. And I realize I'm moving, and I did discuss that with the police while filling out my voluntary report and so forth. I asked them if I would need to come back to testify or whatever. They said that most likely no. That usually what they do is so that way people aren't being inconvenienced or whatever, especially in this day and age. They just do things, through teleconference or what have you. So if my statement is needed, if I'm needed to testify anyway. So it's like, okay, that's fine. Police were out here all night. We were kind of waiting around for the detective to come, and he did come. I was told that he might want to talk to me, but I never heard a knock on my door or anything. So and I was right there in the living room. I had fallen asleep. I was pretty exhausted. I was hurting too, but I was pretty exhausted after everything was said and done. So it's like, okay, yeah. Um, but yeah, like I said, I would much rather see see someone like that behind bars. I realize, support them, taxpayers' dollars, all that sort of stuff and everything. But he'll get his just reward while in there. That's the way I'm looking at it. So there was that had happened, and I also started sorting through things last night. It's mostly paperwork. Jeepers, do I have or had paperwork like crazy. Um, but I sorted through that stuff, tossed out anything I don't need. That's going to be the bulk of my weight issue with getting on the plane, unfortunately. Um, and it's taxes. Yeah, I got to save all of that. Not just taxes, but also there's stuff from the stimulus packages that were passed back in 2020, especially with regards to us, those of us who are self-employed, special benefits that we were able to receive and so forth. I have to save all of that for like 10 years. I think it's 10 years. It's either 6 or 10 years, but either way, I'm still within the window. With it only being, well, basically 4, this will make 5 years. So, yeah, I have to save all of that just in case, and especially taxes. And with being technically a business owner, they can go back 10 years. So I got to save all of that. I can't just toss it. It's a little bit different when you are self-employed slash a business owner. They can come back at you a lot longer. So yeah, that is going to be my biggest issue. Um, Either that or try and ship it. I'm not entirely too sure which. Um, I'm going to try and sell as much as I can. I know I talked about maybe throwing in storage. I don't have the funding. I need money. So, this weekend, or actually starting today, I'm going to start throwing stuff up on whatever sites I can get my hands on with selling things. No, I am not willing to ship items. I don't have time. Um, and it's just going to have to be local, and everybody's going to have to come and get it. Okay. Excuse me. Anything that doesn't sell, yeah, it's just going to have to be donated. I figure, those girls, my neighbors, especially with having 3 kids between the two of them, yeah, I know there's quite a few things, like especially like the kitchen stuff, and I got some craft stuff. Maybe they can do some crafting with the kids, things like that. I've got graphic design stuff. I figure I can contact the colleges, or like College of Southern Nevada and UNLV. Their design departments put out announcements to the students about those items. Also throw them up on, if I can get, a few $100s, that would be great. Basically, all in all, for everything that I have. It's more than what I had. Did do a little bit more research up there. I was trying to find out how much car rentals are up there, with through the Uber app or whatever. I think because I'm not registered in that area, nothing was coming back. But I did find, it's even trying doing Google search. But basically, trying to do things through the Uber app, it wasn't letting me do anything. But I did find out that there is a private company that does rentals. And it seems like it might be a better deal. And of course, the big question is whether they'd have anything available. Of course, I know we're still winter and so forth, and I'm not too experienced with driving in those conditions. But same point, I'm gonna hit the ground running with doing something in a big hurry. So yeah, there's that. That I found out. Oh, and the other incident that had happened basically this morning. I won't go into it or anything, but because that's to me is very, very private. But it definitely, and as far as the situation here is concerned, I don't think it's very private. I mean, pretty much the whole complex was outside, or looking through their windows or what have you. So yeah, that's not very private. Excuse me. But as far as the other thing that happened with me this morning, it just helped solidify what I'm doing, and some things something else I already did, or some things I already did last night. I'll admit, in some ways I was kind of feeling a little bit guilty, but after that, no, I'm good. Fresh new start. That's what this is. That's basically what this boils down to. I mean, yeah, it boils down to is getting the help I need. Don't get me wrong. Excuse me. Sorry. I know. Don't worry. I already ordered food today. Hopefully it'll get me through until the end here. But yeah. Ow. Ow. Oh, it's the muscles. Yeah, that one's kind of piercing. Ow. Um, so, but yeah, ow. Yeah. Well, at least it's not this side. No, I realize this is my left side, but no, it's not heart attack. No, it's just muscles. Oh, I took my breath away. Oh, okay. Uh, wow. So anyway, yeah, I think I was talking about that. Basically, yeah, if whatever I can sell, I'll do that. Oh, I realized the main reason I'm going up there is to see about getting help. Um, but it's also a fresh new start. I talked to one friend yesterday. I've been kind of holding off talking to them. They can be a bit on the critical side. But I don't know. I just had this feeling I should talk to him. And um, and basically there was something that he had said. It took me back to something that happened after I had my car accident several years ago. I was rear-ended. It was not my fault. Okay, before anybody jumps to conclusions or whatever. But I was pretty badly injured in it. I wound up basically doing a double whiplash with that. And I was, after everything was said and done, unfortunately, I dealt with relapses quite a bit over the last, or for the next few years. I still, to this day, I'll still have some issues every once in a while, but it's not nearly as bad as what it was. And at least now I know what to do about it. And it actually helped prepare me for this, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah. So anyway, it's kind of with what had happened in the wake of all of that, kind of reverberated to now and what he had said yesterday, and it was just like, yeah, okay. So that kind of helps settle my brain with a lot of things, you know. Um, I know I've been weary about things, you know, and it's like, no, do it. Basically, take the advice that everybody's been giving you, even though it goes against your own ego. It's basically what it boils down to. It's a lesson for my ego, and do it. So that's what I'm doing. So, anywho, yeah, I'm in the process of. I was trying last night going through sorting things out. There's just minimal items basically that I will be taking with me. Very minimal. Um, and I'm still waiting for the kit for me to be able to send off my mom's ashes. It got delayed, and now it's looking like Valentine's Day, and I've got to get that out. Um, Overnighted up there. It's either that or dispose of her here. I know she didn't want that, but I might have to. I know you can get special permission to take ashes, you know, fly with them or what have you. Um, but I also know I'm running out of time, so I might look into that today. I'll double check. Just it'll add more weight to things, and if I can't, I have a kind of a small suitcase, so I'm also limited on space. And there's quite a few things that I need to. I mean, like most of my clothes, I'll be getting rid of. But there's, you know, unfortunately, I've got that wonderful paperwork. Yeah, and I keep forgetting that my glucose sensor is about to run out, and I have to call them today, get that renewed. Unfortunately, I have to do that before I leave because I don't even have a whole lot of test strips left. And if I'm going to spend money on monitoring my diabetes in that way, I'd much rather take that $15 that it would cost me to buy the test strips and put it towards buying the sensor. That's the way I'm looking at it, especially since I'm going to be here for another couple days after the sensor runs out. So that's the way I'm looking at it. So that's $40 that I have to spend. So yeah, donations are very important right now, and I have no guarantees, of course, whether I'm, you know, going to be making much money off of all this stuff or not. Even if I can just make a couple $100, you know, it's a lot more than what I had. Even $100, it's more than what I have right now. That's the way I'm looking at it. And my friend up there in Minnesota knows the circumstances. And I'm like, are you sure you don't mind me living off of you for a while? She's like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, okay. I worry about that. I know, but I'm going to do everything I possibly can to minimize that as much as possible. So I really want to be able to hit the ground running as soon as I can, so I can get some money. Oh, oh shoot! Yeah, I know. I almost said the other word. Oh, dang! That came out of nowhere. Oh, yeah, it's the bad side. Right there. That muscle right there. Mm. I mean, it just, I know my hand's shaking. Oh, God. Mm. Okay. Oh, wow. If, oh. And yet I can't get any doctors to listen to me here. Oh no, it's not the muscle. It's the airways. No, that's not airways. That's the muscle. It will pinch like this, and then it takes my breath away. Oh, I'll have to make a notation in the description so I can have them up there see what I'm talking about in case I'm not having any flare-ups. Oh. Oh. And it's going across. I'm keeping recording for record purposes. If anybody doubts what I'm going through, doubts my legitimacy, just bear witness, okay? It's like getting a Charlie horse in your chest, okay? Where the muscle just cramps up like that, like you get in your legs or your feet, okay? That's what it's like, okay? Only it's pinching. It pinches. It just pinches and pinches and pinches. Sometimes it just won't stop. I know what happened last night didn't help. And with me moving things around, that's with it being muscle, with lifting with your arms, you're using your chest muscles. Oh, and then the mucus starts. And then the coughing starts. And it just is a never-ending cycle. And then when it finally releases, okay, hopefully it won't come back. And then the tickle throat too. Tickle, tickle, tickle. What I find that helps the most is massaging. I know it kind of looks like I'm playing with my press or whatever, but it does help. I hope I don't have any attacks when I'm on the plane next week. And let's hope it's a straight shot. I'm going to have to get on the phone and call my friend too and tell her to book that flight. I did hear from the doctor's office yesterday to see about getting a letter for my medical supplies. though. I have to go. Someone's at the door.